So, Pooh Shiesty has unfortunately exposed himself recently. On the one hand, he definitely is one of the most realist rappers to ever do it when it comes to the streets and the drill music and the gangster rap, because, you know, he really is living his raps. He really is sliming rappers. He really is robbing people. We've seen it now. We've seen it on camera. We've seen him robbing Gucci Mane. But he is also now going down as one of the dumbest rappers, because he really does do the things that he says. In fact, he records himself doing those things. He has his homeboy Big 30 record him doing those things. Robbing people, pulling Dracos on people, committing crimes. But this video isn't about Pooh Shiesty's robbery and kidnapping. This video is about another dumb mistake that Pooh Shiesty has made, admitting to being involved in murders. Specifically, I'm talking about this post here. This is a quite infamous post now when it comes to Pooh Shiesty, where he basically admits to having either killed people or having had people killed. It says, it might be one rapper that's got more bodies than me. That's Lil Boosie. Now, if you know Lil Boosie's story, you know, he allegedly had this hitman that was running around killing people for him, allegedly. And, you know, the hitman ended up going down for a bunch of the murders. Boosie, fortunately, was able to separate himself from any of those murders. But clearly, all right, Pooh Shiesty is flexing in this image. He's got a bulletproof car. He's showing off a lot of money. And I feel like, to me, if I'm honest with you, I think that this post is him saying that he's had people killed and he's paid for it. He's showing off money. He's rubbing money in his face. All right. He says, it might be one rapper that's got more bodies than me. That's Lil Boosie. Well, in this video, I'm going to try and break down and dig into the rumors of Pooh Shiesty killing people or having people killed. And you're going to realize just how stupid this guy is when it comes to actually snitching on himself. So this post, right, this got nearly 1 million likes. 713,000 likes on Instagram. This is how hot he's making it for himself. And some of the people that liked it included some people that are really about that life. You know, other gangsters, other gang members, members of the Bloodhounds, the Chicago gangs, you know, Rel Vert. Whole lot of people, okay, liked this post. All right. Is that... anyway, so a whole lot of people like this post, whole lot of people who essentially, you know, have something to do with the streets. They're co-signing him. They're stamping Pooh Shiesty. They're basically saying, yo, Pooh Shiesty, you are one of them ones who is really living your raps, really doing what you rap about. But in the comment section, there were some doubters. Okay, there were some people that thought Pooh Shiesty was all cap. They thought that he was lying. Okay, this particularly is one comment. Wait. Is that the one I thought it was? Let me just pull this up again for you real quick. Yeah, it says, so he says, I can't be the only dude who thinks Shiesty don't got bodies like that. Okay, that was RX Villain who said that. Not everybody is convinced. Okay, some people are not convinced. Some people think it's all cap, and they're saying Pooh Shiesty ain't got bodies like that. But there's one thing for sure. Okay, for someone that claims to have the most bodies in the rap game, there's really not too many rumors floating around online about Pooh Shiesty's bodies. But okay, he has told on himself extensively. He has dropped a lot of clues and hints in his songs. And this is basically on Memphis 10, the Memphis gang subreddit. Okay, and a lot of people on the Memphis 10 subreddit have drug up some of Pooh Shiesty's lyrics. So he's tried his best to clean this up. You know, this is a diss track against Moo Slime, an unreleased track that he's had scrubbed from the internet here. But this is a leaked song basically called Last Seen Evil, where Shiesty raps how he stood over someone called Moo Moo, but he ended up somehow surviving the hit. People saying he gave it. It says he said he stood over Moo Moo with that brrr. Somehow that bitch survived. Y'all think it's true about what he said, all right? About having all them bodies. So people saying, I ain't gonna lie, that's not no shit to just pull out the ass and make up, but MF's gonna think what they want to, so I don't know. People saying the way them CG hoes always putting their business out there, we would have been heard. It says Shiesty flogging his ass off just like Bobby about 00. It says I ain't gonna lie, I feel like you cast then it's Pooh Shiesty, all the street shit, killer shit he rap about. We ain't never really heard no stories or some shit about nothing he did, but he got respect from everybody and street dudes vouch for him, so we can't say if he lying or not. People saying finally tired of that FDO, he back to his regular flow. Said posting free Shiesty won't save him. That's what the op said. People saying so that shit about the GDs pressing him was true. They're saying it is, but it isn't because that was started by King Yella. It is, but it isn't, because that was started by King Yella, who claimed he was pressed in a USP over the Should Have Ducked song, and I don't think that was true, but like he said in this song, I heard he had an altercation with the GDs in an FCI prison, and he got transferred, and that it was over a phone, so I think the GD part matched by coincidence, but it's not the same story. People saying, I wonder if you're going to have this energy for C30 when he come home. Don't want to hear none of this cap-ass wax until they get back for Dell and his brother. Plus, how you stand over something and don't hit them or they don't die. So this is apparently the song he's talking about, the leaked song, which he's had scrubbed from the internet. Last Seen Evil, okay? And obviously it's this has got that line where he says he stood over Moo Moo, right? First out them jail doors, I burned up all my jail clothes. Rari truck, Rich and Millie, both of them dipped in rose gold. Got kicked out the FCI, crashed with the GD, Glizzy froze. Stood over Moo Moo with that brrr. Somehow that bitch survived though. So it sounds like he's saying he stood over somebody with a gun and the gun jammed and he tried to kill somebody and it didn't work. Okay. So he's saying since they this is clearly put out after Pooh Shiesty basically came back out of jail, right? This was a kind of post-release song. So he said, in the trenches sitting on a curb, I hear the streets telling me go. Since they locked up Smirk, I don't listen to federal nightmares no more. The shit really, they plotting to shut us with a Rico. You did that to yourself. These dudes will shoot you. You bust it back at them and they're going to tell the folks. 6 months in isolation, I learned to master patience. Show me who's really faking. Posting free shiesty won't save them. I got 2 different ways I want to go. But in this halfway housing, no one can find me. Shit finna drive me crazy. I just want to pop out in your section 30 deep, turn the radio down, try to listen to the streets. Citing my trigger facts for SRT. Some reason I think them switches fit better on Gen 3s. For trade day, we turn 3. My bitch black and Japanese. Riding foreign, it's a striker. This bitch ain't got no key. Might something when she topped me so you can see. Got a blank face and a dope head in my lap, knees in the seat. I'm trying to run through the top, bitch. In from your section in 1 week. He basically talking his shit, all right? So he bragging, he's saying that he's shooting at people, he doing all of this stuff, he ride around with them guns, he doing everything that he said that he was going to do. But interestingly enough, okay, there's more Reddit posts that give us a little bit of backstory, okay? So this is a post talking about who really shot Shiesty. They're asking who actually shot him. Did he get shot? And there's some commenters on this post from a local in Memphis, okay, and they talk about Shiesty possibly having taken part in some drills personally. So his street record is vouched for, and this was 3 years ago that this was posted. People saying, who shot Shiesty for real? They're saying E-Jizzle ain't known to cap, and SB on YT said that Pooh was running around Central saying Lil Rodney popped me, but him and 30 swear that ain't the case. I'm going to assume this happened around 2016, 2018. I think Shiesty, Bobby, etc. all graduated in 18. So was Chopper Gang possibly beefing with R, who got dropped and came up missing back in that time frame? We also know Whopper shooter, Dell with the dreads, done been in shootouts, and they got Hank, but what's up with the other members like KD, Gen 4, etc.? So they're saying Chopper Gang had Jay, who got locked for killing an MTB member at a gas station, Woo Brazy, who got locked for killing a dude in a drug deal gone bad, and a few more on top of Wop, Hank, and Dell. So on the low, they had a few shooters, but this shit dead now. Pooh was doing a lot of whiffing on the net and said whoever popped him is dead. I don't know who they was beefing with, but I heard they wasn't even active until after high school for real. A few days after Poor Nasty got dropped, Hank slid down Kansas in MTB territory trying to retaliate and pop the wrong dude like a dumbass. I heard that Pooh and other Chopper Gang dudes was on the drill too, but who knows? Just bored as hell sitting in a 2-hour car ride. So they're saying Pooh Shiesty might have actually been along for a ride on a drill where an innocent person got killed in the wrong territory. They're saying, is that what Hank is locked up for now? I feel bad for the victim because he got paralyzed, but Hank was green as F for that stuff. Antwop had got locked for a body, but the same body he got locked for was one of Mem's. They was close to and grieving about it. This says his ass is still locked up for it, if I'm not mistaken. I think he literally told him he shot the wrong dude, basically admitted it, and he was fighting another attempted murder a year before, so he ain't coming back. Fully crashed out. I didn't know about that last part. Shit sounds slimy as hell. From how clean it was, the shit was for sure a planned hit. They burned the car and everything. What been out on a bond for a while, and he got Pooh back in him, so he can probably beat the shit. He fully cooked like Hank's dumbass. Listen, you guys too invested in this. Go and boost your credit score. Right? It said, if he ain't known to cap, explain a contradiction to me. Him hopping in an interview saying that a 304's X shot him through the walls, but I'm paralyzed. He's saying, y'all had a clear shot on my face, but still went for my arm. Also, Pooh and 30 cleared it, kinda. I think Pooh said that 30 was the driver and ain't shoot him, so 30 either drove the MF that shot him or drove him after he got shot. They said 30 don't pull over, get straight to the hospital. I'm hot. They're saying dude could have been running with his stick and just let off a shot that went through the wall. Think about how Trouble died, and then think about what Jay Moolah did. When dudes really crash over Coochie, they kill. I think this shooter was scared. So obviously, yeah, Lil Rodney's Big 30, if you didn't know that. But basically, they're saying Pooh Shiesty was taking part in drills. Now, interestingly enough, okay, this is the Memphis 10 subreddit, which is all about Memphis gang politics. But over on the Chiracology subreddit, which is concerned with Chicago, but also perhaps the biggest gang drill street subreddit of all the different cities, on Chiracology, okay, Shiesty gets mentioned in a few comments. So people in this thread, they're asking about what rappers have bodies, and there's a guy that actually claims that Shiesty had 2 bodies when he was only 15. So they said, is there any other rappers that had bodies and became famous like King Von or even bigger other than DaBaby? People saying Pooh Shiesty, I think. People saying how the F I ain't seeing no Gucci Mane comments. They're saying they don't give him credit for self-defense. People saying 2-2 Gs, he had a crazy situation. They're saying he was the driver, not the killer. According to the surviving witness, it was 2-2 Gs that pulled the trigger. That's why some people think he snitched on his dead homie that got shot and killed by the cops. People saying, I believe Yak Gotti from YSL got a body. He built a murder charge after someone was shooting at his mum's car. He had an interview with No Jumper where he talks about it. I'm not going to lie, Von just vocal with his shit. A lot of rappers whose stories we don't know, gangsters move in silence. People saying Gucci Mane and Boosie, 50 Cent maybe. Right, we could talk about that another day. Nipsey was frontlining shit in one of the most historic wars in the country. Take what you will from that. So they're saying 60s, the 8 trays, the 60s, and the Inglewood families all beefing. Pooh Shiesty have to put in work in Memphis. 2 bodies while he was around 15 years old. Fredo Bang as well. 2 bodies at 15? Stop. All right. So they saying Pooh Shiesty really got bodies. They're saying he killed 2 people when he was a teenager. And again, it pops up again. Pooh Shiesty, 42 Doug, and Mozzie. People saying 42 Doug for real? Allegedly. Okay. K Flock, of course. Big Lurch, Twain Gotti. All right. Sam Von was a one of a kind. People posting Youngboy got 19 bodies. Youngboy. So Pooh Shiesty's name's coming up in credible places. Okay, and basically a lot of people saying Pooh Shiesty got bodies. He killed people. He got 2 bodies from when he was a young'un. Okay, so there's even threads that have been asking straight up if Pooh Shiesty was really like that, with a lot of people agreeing Shiesty was definitely robbing people, which is how he got his Shiesty name in the first place, but a lot of people are doubting whether or not he's a killer. So is Pooh Shiesty really like that? Like, was he known back in the day to really be hawking shit down? They're saying he was a robber, that's why his name is Shiesty. Saying facts, and the people he used to rob was square as F. People saying his name not on any bodies. So they're doubting him. They're saying facts. Haven't whacked nobody in his city, at least not with a name, and he didn't get back for his friend Rico either. That's just the rumor. That's what people are saying on there, okay? Let me make this a bit bigger. So people saying he was on the D-Money hit, but other than that, that dude is capping about the bodies. They're saying he wasn't on that hit with Unk. They would be closer. Saying it was him, Unk, and Clay D. That's what the song Allegations is about. He was the driver. People saying this didn't age too well. They're saying, what you think now? Coming back after the news about him upping a Drake on Gucci is so funny. Apparently so. Shit, ask Gucci. Right? The Centric got so many attempts on civilians. He is not like that. Wop and Newski, who Shiesty and 30 think they is, and Hank shoot up houses. They're saying the same civilians who tried to finesse him. Attempts on civilians, that's lame as hell. Dude always sliming civilians. How you think he got 5? I said he got 5 because he was about to get slimed, but he made his first move. Why you think Whack 100 tried to call him a rat is because Pooh Shiesty and them went the self-defense route. Lol, them dudes in Miami weren't civilians. Saying dude shot security in the foot in a strip club, stole some guns from his old friends, and robbed and shot some Florida mixed dudes without letting his cousin know what was finna go down, and left the money. Yeah, y'all influenced by him for sure if you think any of that BS is gangster. All right. And then all I said was they wasn't civilians. It's insane. The security said, bruh tried to shoot him in the chest, but he got hit in the leg because he jumped out of the way. Bruh really tried to kill an innocent over basically nothing. He just like a child, really, at this point. He just like a petulant child just trying to murder security guards because he threw a tantrum that somebody robbed him for his money out of his pocket. People saying, is you like that? Saying, well, Pooh Shiesty the ones making dumb posts on IGs claiming he got like 8 hats. So I went to a sub full of locals from Memphis who may be able to vouch if his reputation was really like that. And yes, I am like that. That's what that person says. All right. People saying he claimed only Boosie got more bodies. And now he's back up in the feds. Ain't no more FDO. They're saying this aged well. It aged like milk. Now you know. Shiesty wasn't like that until he became Shopper Gang. He got beat on in high school. Hank had to save him. Hank damn near only one of the few Chopper Gangs doing something. No cap. They're saying Taji done shot dudes. They're saying Shiesty was doing his work in Nashville. If you know, you know. They're saying he made up a fake scenario. They're saying I bet he was getting paid for hits too, wasn't he? They're saying gang, no, he ain't got no hats. He just slimed a lot of dudes from that way, stealing and robbing shit. People saying he not really my level type like that. So there was one commenter, interestingly enough, okay, who apparently claimed that Shiesty was a part of a murder that went down, the murder of D-Money. This is the brother of the legendary Memphis rapper J Money, okay, who famously kind of became so close with Chief Keef that he actually changed his name of his gang from Trula Gang to Glow Gang Trula, okay? So when they're saying he was on the D-Money hit, but other than that, he capping. That's what they mean. So Trula Mafia, or the Trula Gang, basically ended up having a deadly war with their former friends, the Double R crew. That included a lot of people very close to Pooh Shiesty, including his blood cousin, the rapper Big Scar, and the rapper Big Unk, who's rumored to have been involved in the murder of D-Money. So here's an old video of mine where I kind of break some of that down about J Money and the Glow Gang and all the Trula Mafia business.
Found out that there would also be another deadly war going on in the streets of Memphis between two crews known as Trula Mafia and Double R, which may well provide deeper clues as to exactly why Young Dolph was targeted in such a brutal assassination. The real story behind the music begins about 10 years ago, when Young Dolph was affiliated with a young street rapper called J Money. J Money would post pictures of Dolph visiting his hood and saying that Dolph always told him that he wanted to see him win and eat, along with posts calling Dolph's crew Paper Route Empire his family. J Money was part of a gang called Trula Mafia, from the Orange Mound neighborhood in southeastern Memphis, which borders the Castilla Heights neighborhood where Young Dolph grew up. J Money was a respected member of the Trula Mafia and was active in the streets from a young age. At just age 18, J Money was charged with the murder of another young man who was supposedly his good friend. But even that situation would seemingly not slow him down, and already later that year, J Money was again in trouble with the law, this time due to an aggravated assault charge. Aside from his presence in the streets, J Money was set to become a big name in the Memphis rap scene. He had a particularly close relationship with the Chicago drill legend Chief Keef and his Glow Gang group, with Chief Keef shouting out his Trula Mafia shooters in Memphis on his track, Shooters, with the two appearing in pictures together on social media surrounded by Chief Keef's Glow Gang crew. Another Memphis rapper that blew up from the city, NLE Chopper, would also reminisce on J Money's relationship with Chief Keef.
He messed with Memphis heavy. He messed with a guy from Memphis. A lot of people probably don't know him, J Money Trula. J Money, he was, you know what I'm saying, a big idol in Memphis.
And Chief Keef himself would also reminisce on J Money's wild reputation in the streets.
Hey, no, wild on phone with Money one day, right? On FaceTime, his slow ass, folks, he outside the window on the E-way, folks. I'll tell him for you fried shit. Y'all two turns, going out the E-way. No. You was in the car with him? Like, y'all hoes, boy. Hold up.
The relationship between Chief Keef's Glow Gang and J Money's Trula Mafia went deeper than the surface. In fact, at one point, J Money was even calling his set the Glow Gang Trula. J Money would also...
So Chief Keef was tapped into the point where he riding around with these guys, they shooting guns out the window, okay? It's pretty insane. So basically, as time goes on, all right, Trula Mafia and Double R get into this massive gang war. And in a minute, you're going to learn about D-Money, which is J Money's brother, who allegedly got killed and allegedly Pooh Shiesty and them were involved in the hit.
Sadly, in 2016, J Money would be shot dead in an apparent gang-related revenge killing. J Money was a high-ranking and respected member in Trula Mafia, who had deep connections with many different gangs in Memphis. His murder would allegedly cause a major power vacuum within Trula Mafia, leading to internal conflicts and eventually a full divide between two factions in the gang, with some of the original Trula Mafia members breaking off to start their own set titled Double R, meaning Rich and Ruthless, with many of these members allegedly also having ties to the Grape Street Crips. In fact, another legendary Memphis artist, Pooh Shiesty's cousin Big Scar, real name Alexander Woods, would be one of the former Trula Mafia members who was also affiliated with the Grape Street Crips, and he would eventually leave the original Trula Mafia to join Double R. Things would further escalate between both camps when Double R member BG, aka Baby Grape, was allegedly killed by three Trula Mafia members, C-Mode, Zay, and Go Crazy. Go Crazy, real name Carlos Lacey, would eventually go down for this murder. The deceased man, BG, was actually a close friend of Big Scar, and this incident would allegedly be the catalyst sparking a war between both groups in the streets of Memphis.
So, Some other things transpire, right? But basically, eventually, D-Money gets killed, and allegedly this is the murder that Pooh Shiesty was involved in.
Meanwhile, D-Money, the brother of J-Money, would also be shot dead in May 2020, causing yet more friction between these warring groups. After D-Money's murder, rumours would spread that he was allegedly killed by the artist named Big Unk, formerly known as Uncle Danny. Big Unk is allegedly affiliated with the Double R crew as well as Yo Gotti's CMG crew. He was a prominent street rapper from Memphis, known for showing off serious weapons in his music video. For example, seen here surrounded by goons and a whole lot of heavy weapons for the terrifying music video for a track called Play Dead, as well as a collaboration with Big Scar called Go Monkey, where him and his goons show off an arsenal of weapons looking like something straight out of Call of Duty. After D-Money's death and the rumours that he was involved, Big Unk, real name Daniel Banks, would simply post 3 laughing emojis on his Facebook, as well as reposting a cryptic message about some things being better left unsaid, along with a shushing emoji. Later that year, CEO Jizzle, another allegedly Double R affiliated rapper, would rap on his song Rich and Ruthless. If you diss 23, swear to God, it's gonna be RIP. You ain't hear what happened to last dude, he got left on Trig Street. This was seemingly a diss aimed towards D-Money, who had dissed a dead Double R member called 23 just a few months before he was killed. In fact, just a few days after dissing 23, D-Money would post a text message on Facebook that he had apparently received, where someone seemingly threatens to kill D-Money in his car, swearing to do it on Grape. Now,
so that's a little bit of the backstory, right? Now, at this point, when I made this video, this is like 2 years ago now. You know, I didn't know anything of Pooh Shiesty's involvement. Pooh Shiesty obviously was on my radar, but not in the way that he is now. He would have been sat rotting away in the feds at this point. But interestingly enough, okay, that same commenter who said that Pooh Shiesty had something to do with the D-Money hit, he would basically claim that Pooh Shiesty's verse in the song Allegations with Big 30 is in fact all about the D-Money murder, where Shiesty was allegedly the driver. Okay, that's what they're saying the song Allegations is all about. It was him, Unk, and Clay D. That's what Allegations about. And in his verse for this song Allegations, he does indeed have some interesting lyrics, all right? Starting off with one where he basically directly says that he doesn't talk about his dead ops, which might be part of the reason there's so few rumors about his bodies, because he actually low-key, despite filming himself kidnapping people, he's actually kept it pretty quiet. So I'll hit you with some of the lyrics from this, okay? He says, uh-oh, here come Mr. Shiesty, who they can't wait to see active in them streets. When shit go down, they quick to say it's me. Waiting on my response, but all I gotta say is keep it G, right? He keeping it quiet. Ain't no sense in speaking on the dead, but may he rest in peace. Can't change what they feel like. Grab the Drake, I don't feel right. Customizing Glocks like Call of Duty. What your kills like, all right? You think he's just talking about the game? You think he's saying he's got bodies on the game? Dudes having secret smoke they don't even want to bring to the light. I ain't putting them people in the biz, but we chopped it in the same night. You can't compare us to them singing dudes. We the drill type. Said been put down their basketball to go and see what the field like. If I ever took from you before, I could have did it twice. Creeping through the night. I'm not a thief, but I'll steal your life. He's saying he's a killer, right? Saying that when he's Shiesty, he's saying he creep through the life. I'm not a thief. He is a thief. He is a thief for sure. But he'll steal your life. Okay. He basically is saying that he will kill you, and he kills people, right? He said, you heard that sound? That mean that came from us. F this rapping stuff. I'm quick as F to go suit it up. It's only 2 dudes that played with us, but then they knew what's up. And that kind of speaks to the rumors that maybe he had them 2 bodies, okay? Every time we found out where they be, we came through shooting it up on God. And all you other dudes hoes strapped with the shell catchers, 38 the snub nose. I'm high speeding from helicopters. Police tried to block the road. If I pull up today, you might not see me till I'm old. So rumor has it, all right, that's basically what he's talking about. But specifically, when he says them 2 people played with him, all right, only 2 dudes that played with us, but they know what's up, seems to be hinting towards a murder. Now, these lyrics are very, very interesting, because when it comes to Pooh Shiesty's Chopper Gang, and their early beefs, it was the Trula Mafia that was led by J Money and his brother D Money, which was really one of Chopper Gang's main ops, especially because of their close alliance with the Double R crew. And you know, it's hard to see these lyrics clearly just being about D Money's murder, but he seems to be saying he's killed 2 people there, and that lines up with the lyrics and the rumors that are going around on Instagram. But there are, of course, on Instagram, you get these kind of scoreboard posts on Instagram that go around, okay, and at least one of them actually lists D-Money as Pooh Shiesty's only body, as well as other sort of more famous shootings that Shiesty is known for doing, especially after he got famous. So this is his listing on one of these Memphis gangbanging scorecard websites. Posts on Instagram. It says Lontrell Williams Jr., aka Pooh Shiesty, Chopper Gang boss / Kerr Street. He drove on the murder of D Money on the hit. They're saying that's one of his points. He shot Brandon Cooper, the Miami trapper, in the ass on camera in a shootout with a slime. He shot a Miami trapper on camera. He did that twice. There was 2 people. He shot a security guard in the foot in a club on camera. He shot Rick from EBG GSC, allegedly. Kidnapped, pressured, and robbed Gucci Mane from 1017, rapper X Blood, for his watch, his chain, and his rings, and his earrings, and made him sign him out of 1017 Records at Draco Point. The minor points: he shot at a fan in a club on camera over stolen money. He ordered the hit on blank. I'm guessing that's the FDO. FDO, obviously, we done heard this a lot of times. Okay, where is it? FDO, yes. Obviously, we done heard him a lot of times talking about he ain't sent a hit and feel impatient. I might do a demonstration off GP. I ain't shot nothing in 4 years. I ain't sent a hit in 3. So he's saying that he was sending hits from jail. We still don't know who that is. Okay, I would like to know, but they're saying he ordered a hit on blank. He said it. All right. Apparently, he punched White Grape from Chopper Gang. He punched Ra from EBG. He punched a DJ and broke into and ran through EBG's gang GMs. I don't know, GMs. I thought this was ran through their pockets, maybe. He ran through these gang members' house and stole their guns. That's what Back in Blood's all about. Said he robbed Brandon Cooper, a Miami trapper, and a Miami trapper for a car on camera. He robbed an op and robbed multiple ops in Nashville. Okay. His L's, he got shot by a GBE affiliate / Gangster Disciple gang member. Minor L's, he got shot at by Brandon Cooper, the Miami trapper, and another Miami trapper on camera in a shootout. He got punched and robbed by Double O from EBG, allegedly. He got punched by ops in, is that church or is that in a house? He got punched by ops in church. That'd be crazy if that was his church. That could be his house. He ran from EBG, Jizzle from EBG, and he got robbed for his money by a fan in a club. Okay, so I'm not seeing anyone denouncing this in the comments. All right, he was being investigated for the murder of a Blood Gang member too. Don't really know about that. They're saying bro, a problem. Only one person saying that they're lame for doing this. Okay, so look, let me know what you guys think. All right, I'm just trying to understand. He's the one who said that he got more bodies than Boosie, and I'm trying to back that up. Either he's a liar or he might be, ironically, even though he's one of the dumbest criminals to do shit on camera and get caught, he might have kept his murder secret. Because if he's really talking about he got more bodies than Boosie, more bodies than all these rappers apart from Boosie, there's rappers out here that got allegedly 8 bodies. You saying you got more than them? That's crazy. Okay, so let me know what you guys think. Do you think Pooh Shiesty got bodies? You got any information about Pooh Shiesty's bodies, man? Throw them in the comments. We're gonna, you know what I'm saying, we'll dig into it. But at the end of the day, okay, that's just my thoughts on it, okay? Phenomenal rapper, terrible criminal, and he's probably going to be facing like 20, 30 years at this point because we've seen exactly what he did on camera. Diabolical. But that's it for me. I'm going to do another video for you guys later on about some Chicago business, and I'll catch you guys in that one. Thanks for watching. Peace.